me start to stream. This hand puppet is just so freaking awesome. Can't believe it. Okay, so I'm starting a little bit early to stream to build up to a frenzy because I'm not a professional, but my hand puppet here made by Ravioli and it's available now. This this hand puppet, his name. Actually, let me just make sure that the audio is working because one two test test test. It is working good. All right, awesome. Um, yeah, so we're a little bit ahead of time, but I'm gonna get into the habit of doing that and then just go up at the top of the hour and see who's in front of the building. I'm in the basement of 114 Harvest. With me is Hans-Jürgen Gürken. Hello, Hans. Yeah, hello. Hello, how are you? How's the audience? How many people are watching? Are you as big as PewDiePie? No, I'm not as big as PewDiePie because I'm an intellectual and I'm an elitist. So with this kind of quality programming, you will never have those ratings. Haha, that's what you're telling yourself. So, okay, so I'm really trying to be self-aware here, and if you think this whole puppet thing is really dumb, please let me know. I'm not going to be offended. Don't hold back. Tell me in the stream. So today I'll do the main announcement at the top of the hour, but before that, if you are in Sansar, this is Hans-Jürgen Gurken, and he's available in the Sansar store. And I have a strange idea about hand puppets making prank calls. I have a weird idea about Kasperle which is a German concept, but it's basically a puppet theater uh, that we could be doing with stories. And I'm glancing over at the stream here, glancing over, seeing how many people are actually watching. You know what I'm gonna do? Actually positioning the other machine here as my monitor right in front, so I can see what the stream is like. How many people have? Oh, wait. All right. So, couple things before the top of the hour. Um, couple things. Number one. Wait a minute. Why don't we see how many people are watching the stream here? This is weird. Oh yeah, here we go. The Drexter hand puppet is available for free in the store, in the Sansar store, made by Ravioli. Ravioli is a super creative dude, super creative, and it's exciting for me um, to kind of inspire him, and he inspires me. I'm dressed in the outfit for the dunking game. The dunking game is gonna happen very soon after we chit chat a little bit. What's going on? What's new in Sansar? Weird, weird. I don't see my mouth move. It's maybe because I'm not standing. Let's see here. Camera position is a little. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Now we see. Hello, hello. My name is Hans-Jürgen Gürken. Ja, ich bin eine Streaming Puppet. I am the hand puppet. I am the future of virtual reality. I am the future because the future is the past. The future is handmade puppets in virtual reality. This is very clear to me now. It's the killer app. This is the killer app. The killer app is me. Me, the killer app. It's not like visual fidelity. It's not like. God damn it! Why is my head showing through? I'm sorry, guys. I have the beanie on because my hair is weird and I need to fix the hair. So I can't go without the beanie. But anyway, what were you saying, Hans Jürgen? I am the killer app, and you need to watch the time because you need to go upstairs and say hello to your audience of three people and your mom. You know what? You sound like the insult comic dog. That's really kind of intellectual property violation. But what's new? Ah, Chris is watching here. I have my monitor here. That's good. Jürgen is dark like the background and your outfit. Oh yeah, right. I'm sorry about that. Can you see me now? I am the killer app. Hello, my name is Hans-Jürgen, the killer app Gürken. And if Lindenlab is smart, not smart like your stupid beanie where your head shines through, if Lindenlab is really smart, they're gonna make me my own show because it's infantilizing humor is what's gonna sell. Okay, keep in front of the banner. Chris, this is actually awesome. You could be the remote producer of this. Of course, the big challenge is when you actually have the headset on, then you can't see. So that what would make sense is to stream the stream into the world and then be in the headset. Oh my God! Now we're talking, right? I mean, I could just stream it onto this Sansar laptop, and then I could see what you're saying or the kind of feedback I'm getting from the live stream. We're cooking. We're cooking. I can feel it. Digital Media Productions, aka Chris Jackson, is thinking. The wheels are turning. Oh, the wheels keep on turning. Okay, let's go back to the concept of the killer app. And by killer app, I don't mean to kill you with your stupid, your skin shining through the beanie. That's so really, it's embarrassing. What's wrong with you, man? I also want to say I have outfits. If you're watching this on the stream and you want to go, you want to come in, you got to be quick. You have to go to the Sansar store, please, and pick up from Debbie Baskerville's store either the kind of the short this outfit that I have. Okay, that's for my team, and Strawberry's team has a floral outfit with kind of a Hawaiian pattern on it. So here's already people coming downstairs. They're probably thinking like, what's happening? Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Who is speaking? Hello? What's your name? Can you not say your name?
My name.
Yes, your name. What are you raised by wolves? Are you not? Do you not have common? I don't know, etiquette or whatever called it is.
Yes.
Okay, listen, guys. I want to do a formal hello upstairs. So I'm gonna go upstairs. I'm getting into the habit starting a little bit early downstairs to kind of get into the groove of things. Wow, you guys look cool with this outfit. This outfit is really good. Let's go upstairs. Actually, you know what? Let me put on the headset. Can you please confirm that you guys hear my voice still?
I do.
We hear you, Drax.
Okay, great. I'm still paranoid because I haven't sent off the... Oh, Kelvin! This is Kelvin!
Yes, I can hear you and your fist, idiot.
Let me look at your Tommy Bahamas
Can you guys
ripoff
hear me?
shirt. Oh no, it's not Tommy Bahamas. It's like Austin Powers. Oh, that's good.
You're going to have to check out behind me, because the layers don't work right, and I have a ducktail.
Oh, I thought you have a duct tape. Oh, you have a tail in the back.
Yes.
Yeah. Something is going on with the cloth simulation the last couple of days.
So I may just lose the pants altogether.
Oh, but this shirt is... Did you make this shirt?
No, I bought it in the Sansar store. I love the shirt.
Damn, this shirt is cool. Yeah, the cloth simulation issues is hopefully temporary. Oh my God, here we got the lag. I think... Uh-oh. Okay. I need to orient...
So should we take a vote as to whether I should just go without pants? Because the shirt looks better without pants.
That's what the shirt says. The shirt says it without saying it. This is the kind of shirt that works better without pants.
I think it's actually written on the tag, not recommended for use with pants.
I mean, if this shirt has a personality, its personality is definitely like wear me without pants. Hello, my name is Hans-Jürgen Gürken. I don't like if I don't get enough attention because I'm the killer app of virtual reality. The future is the past, and the future is hand puppets. And the future obviously is when we play little Kasperle theater like in Germany, you know, like you sit, the little children sit a little cardboard cutout and you hide behind and you have things on your hand and you play little puppet games. That is the future of technology. It's not Ready Player One. It is not CES, Intel chip or this kind of bullshit. It is... Okay, if you guys think this is really lame, then you need to tell me.
Yes. Really
Kelvin,
lame.
you don't
Really
count.
lame.
What is happening? There's a guy in a beer barrel. Oh my god. Oh.
Hello, Drax.
Who is this?
Hi everyone. Hello.
Metu, are you crazy? Dun, dun. Alrighty.
Excuse me.
Yes?
Is this the Oktoberfest?
We are the Barrel Gang.
Cerberus, listen to me. This might be the killer app. Hans-Jürgen Gürken here thinks he's the killer app, but I think you are the killer app. Can you make the case?
What?
Can you make the case that the killer app of virtual reality is cultural appropriation? I find it very offensive that you're making fun of Bavaria. I don't like it. Orts Zwerg Suffer.
We kidnapped servers.
Who made this?
Since last night.
Did you make this? Naya? Okay.
No, I had nothing to do with it.
Naya, first of all, I was born in Bavaria, and I was teased during my childhood like being sort of like a backwards mountain type guy, like people who, you know, like in the US, they will grow up in the Midwest. You look at this dirndl. This is a dirndl. They call it dirndl. Yeah. And this is lederhosen, but they might also be naked behind, which is not, it's not good. It's not behind, it's against terms of service. Let me see. Can you drink? Please drink. Uh-oh. Is Cerberus, hello? Uh-oh. Oh my god, did I crash? Everybody froze? Whoa! Whoa, this is trippy. Time stands still. What do you say now, Hans-Jürgen Gürken? I don't say anything. I think you are stuck in a old... It's like the Twilight Zone. Look at this. Whoa, this is... Well, this is not planned, but it's also kind of cool. Okay, I'm gonna take off the headset. Okay, guys, you're experiencing something extremely unplanned. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go out of this instance and then come back. Oh my god. The barrel gang caught me. Okay, I'm gonna oh wait. Might be as easy to go to the lookbook. Okay, anybody on the YouTube stream, what should we do? First of all, I gotta ban that spammer. I'm gonna go back. It's only 8. Actually, this is top of the hour. Ekne, can you move? Can you move? Oh, God.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bob.
Okay, guys, what happened? This was really cool. I was in the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, I don't think it's...
Did you see this too, Anu?
Yeah, it was... It
was kind of cool. It was frozen.
It's not us. It's not us. We were kind of frozen, but kind of...
But Naya was like... Naya was having her hands up. She was standing there, the hands up, totally frozen. It was hilarious.
So it was product placement.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Let hold it against me. Hold it. It's the boar's head.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I crashed.
This is like a continuous it's a continuous infomercial. Okay, so we got the top of the hour. And let me do my quick intro spiel, and then everybody can say a few words. Let's see. Jennifer. Who is Jennifer? I heard of Jennifer. Jennifer? Okay, Jennifer.
Yes.
I know that voice too. Jennifer.
Hey Drax, how are you?
Good. Are you on Strawberry's team for the Drax game?
Maybe.
That's not very nice. Okay, so welcome guys to the stream, and I said it earlier, I started a little bit before the top of the hour. This is Hans-Jürgen Gherkin, and of course I'm kind of obsessed with it now. It's made by Ravioli. You can get it in the Sansar store for free, and if you have ideas about puppet theater, I'm serious. I know you think I'm mentally ill, but that's totally fine. I completely accept that. I think we should do puppet theater in Sansar, and I think it'll be a huge hit. And I think we can kill PewDiePie. And I am the killer app of the Sansar virtual reality. And you know why? Because we are intellectuals. We're gonna like read Sartre and Shakespeare. We're not gonna do like little games.
Can we use the pickle too? The pickle on the stick?
Pickle on the stick is my best friend. He wants to go in the bed with me. Hans-Jürgen, this is not allowed. Hans-Jürgen, this type of content is not allowed here in this world. This is not good. Okay, so we're doing a game today. That's why I'm not wearing the Atlas hopping shirt. I want to give a shout out to Solus. Solus made a really awesome Atlas hopping shirt, and there's a strawberry version where our icons are reversed. So the strawberry version will go up in the store also. It's free. And is Strawberry here already? Here's Connie. I saw Connie. You know what was cool? I was at Ready Player One earlier. I preloaded it, and there was a guy named Steve, and he was at the CS booth. And I said, "Hi, who are you?" And he said, "Well, I'm Steve." It's like, okay. I don't know any. Well, actually, I said that my father's name is Steve, which is a lie. I just wanted to kind of open the floor to conversation. And he will be joining us later too. He just got an Oculus yesterday. So anyway, I don't want to bore people with this whole thing. I want to actually wait for Ryan to tell us a little bit about the thing that happened with his blogging thing. Here's Echo. And yeah, the Sansar hopping shirt is available. Today we're going to go to Debbie's place and play a dunking game. Might be a little bit tricky. But we tested it. It looks good. In a couple of weeks, there's a new show format starting where Theonine is building some awesome stuff. It's going to be a talk show. And then in February, mid-February, we're starting a fast-paced team sport game in Sansar, which is going to either crash every 30 seconds or it will be awesome. It can only be one of the two.
Hey Drax, you know we're limited to 15 people per instance because of success. Just so you know. In
Ready Player One?
No, in any instance we're limited.
Is that still on? Is that still on?
Did
they not take that off?
I don't know.
I thought they were going to take it off after yesterday.
No, they confirmed it last meeting yesterday.
Okay, fill me in on some news because I've been away. What's new? Ricardo's really good to see you. I'm sorry, I don't want to cramp your style. I have the beanie on because my hair is really weird, so I gotta fix the hair first. Who is laughing? Nia. I'm gonna keep the. You guys gotta be drinking beer. Cerberus, are you from Bavaria?
No, I'm from the other side of Germany, all the way down to the north part.
So it's you people that think that we are all a little bit. No, it's true. I mean, this is in Germany. It's the same thing in the US.
This is a pretty common German office suit, right?
Well,
at least the beer glasses are the correct size.
Yeah, but we had wonderful time in these.
Yeah.
My father always drank 2 beers in his lunch break. That's really totally normal, but full beer.
Yeah.
Beer or beer?
I think in the south of Germany, it's really, you have it in your contract with your company somehow that you can have 1 beer at lunch break, yeah.
Actually, at the job interview, you have to drink at least 3 beers. Okay,
Yes.
sorry, I get distracted. I wanted to ask Ricardo something, but before I do that, a friend of mine who is in VR chat just sent me an email just before we went to broadcast, and he said that he thinks that the faces of the Sansar avatars are weird and are not emotional.
Oh,
What?
you have
And
to say monkey.
I completely disagree, but does anybody want to comment? And I want to focus the camera on the face to really show actually that yeah.
We can say cheese.
I have never seen one face in VR chat.
We can say oh.
Oh,
cheese.
Cheese makes you smile. Monkey
Potatoes,
makes you
barrels.
Wait, what did you say, Anu?
Cheese, barrels, and potatoes.
No, shows it.
Okay, Ricardos, what do you think about that? And good to have you.
I have not seen any faces in VR chat, so I don't know.
Oh.
I don't even
I
know
never
if they have-
used VR chat.
I don't even know if they have facial expressions. But where is Strawberry? Did Strawberry maybe not come in?
There's a bunch of people stuck in the in another instance, Drax.
Oh crap! You know, maybe we should all go out. What happens if we
Go.
all
But we are only with 10 people here.
Remember,
There's
if
one
it,
way
yeah,
you can do it, Drax, is
Yeah.
you can go to an instance, you can get the URL for that specific instance, and then you can post it in your stream, and then everybody can go into that instance. If they didn't, if they release the cap, if they didn't release the cap, then we're basically stuck in different groups of 15.
Okay, let me do this. Let me.
I don't need to explain my comments to Drax.
That's why you're upset.
Cheers, salute.
Okay, I'm going
Cheers.
to hold on. I'm gonna have the camera. You're gonna cover for me, Anu, Cerberus, and Nia, because I'm going to IM Strawberry here and see where she's at. So please fill airtime. What do you?
Prost.
Who came up with this? Who came up with this
He
idea?
did.
There's one problem. There's oops. Your glass with beer is empty. There's no beer in the
There is. It's just it's frozen. I like my beer cold.
We have
I see,
another
yes, it's frozen.
I made it!
Yes, we have another barrel member.
Okay.
Join the beer club.
The fourth barrel.
Okay, Metu stands between Cerberus and Nia, and keep talking so people are entertained while I'm trying to.
People are Phoebe, scooch over.
It was so strange being another instance.
Can't you just like sing some Bavarian songs like Drunt in der Grenau, steht der Birnbaum, steht blau, you steht drunt in der Grenau.
Just give Cerberus the mic.
Yeah, oh my gosh, he's so funny.
I can't sing and I won't sing.
Cerberus, do the helicopter.
I haven't had enough beer for that for now, so.
Do the helicopter.
Do the helicopter.
Cerberus,
This is
you
the
need
level.
to stand right next to Metu. Then you're in the shot. Oops.
Okay.
Phoebe, come.
Like here?
Yes.
There we go.
Ja, jawohl. Okay, so Metu, were there other people in another instance? Did you see other people?
What? I'm busy right now.
Okay, Strawberry.
Hey, Ricardus. So how do we fill the time? I could try to dance my name.
Yeah, Urban was trying to get in. There was a bunch of people that were trying to get in, and I guess they are slowly getting in. Let's see if
Wait.
I'm gonna keep a count on the nearby to see if we reach 15 and
I
then
have
if we pass 15.
I have news. Strawberry is already in Debbie's place.
Yes.
Let's go there, and let's hope
Already?
that we don't get divided there.
Well, there's probably 15 people there, Drax, so you should go first. We should all stay here.
And you
Kinda
post the
sucks.
URL?
There's more than 15 probably. Hopefully you can get in, Drax.
This is not good. I was planning on upping it every week. Last week we had like 30. What's happening? This is not good.
No,
They
you're
say it's
super
for the
popular.
stability.
I'm trying to prove that
It's
we
the
are a
limit,
good group,
yeah.
that we're a big group, that we can have fun, that the killer app is my hand puppet and making stupid
Yeah.
jokes and drinking
Hmm.
beer, and that this
They
can
don't
push
trust
us
us.
forward. They don't trust us. That's right. They don't
They won't let
understand.
us have a gang of more than 15.
No,
this was
the
because
man.
of
This
Drax.
is the
This was
man.
because of
The man is keeping
this
us
was
down. Shut up. The
The
man is
man is
keeping us
keeping us
down.
down.
The man. We gotta.
Everyone should come to your show. It's the best time you'll ever have in Sansar.
That's
is what
right.
we
And
say.
I drink to that. Sorry, Anu, you were saying? What was the reason
Yay!
for the cap?
Intel, the Vegas.
We're not as
Ah,
popular as Draxter.
oh, Intel. Okay. Let me say something that may be
For Drax, it's Intel outside.
Like, Intel's more important than us. Come on.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, I gotta say something that may make me unpopular in certain circles. Hold on. Actually, I'm gonna have Hans-Jürgen Gürken say it, and then we're gonna go to Debbie. So, Hans-Jürgen Gürken, what did you think of the Intel presentation?
Well, I have to say, I think it was okay, but what was a little bit cheesy, I have to say, is when they go behind the stage and all of a sudden they're in the virtual world. That was a little bit cheesy.
Okay, but
But
Hans-Jürgen.
our barrels are powered by Intel.
Just don't look inside.
Oh my God, we're on a roll. That was a good
Careful
one.
that you not get a meltdown.
I want to say, why didn't you guys in the barrels? Why didn't you do the presentation live in Sansa? It was pre-recorded. It was pre-recorded, no?
No, then they won't cut it out.
What? Ricardo's?
If it's pre-recorded, they will cut this out. Snip, snip. They will remove the part from the recording.
Oh, I see. Oh.
We need more cans of worms.
No, we need to.
There are
Okay.
more cans.
Okay. Somebody on YouTube just said there is 15 people over there. So let's just all go and see what happens, and then we're just gonna play a separate game. I would say let's go over there, and then we're the group, and then Strawberry is the other group, and then we'll see who's more popular, me or she, or us rather, right? This is a battle. This is not us against VRChat, right? This is a proxy war. It's actually really just me against Strawberry.
They don't
Goddamn.
have barrels
You
in
can imagine
VR.
Can you post the URL? Can anybody post the URL in
Wait.
URL in your...
How's the place called? I can't see the URL in VR.
We have to stay here because Drax has to go first.
Cerberus has to. Wait a minute. If you go to the Atlas in VR, let's see.
I'm doing it right now.
This always bothers me because there's a whole bunch of steps. And if you go there, then obviously you can't type in. But if Debbie is your friend, then you go to my friends. But if you have a lot of friends,
And you still not find it.
Ricardo, what would you do?
Is it the scavenger hunt park?
Yeah, it's the Scavenger Hunt Park work in progress. But where is it?
Yes, I found
That's the
it.
second image. That's so lucky.
I see you there.
Wait, it's the second.
Okay.
It's the second in featured or in all?
You can go to all recently created, and it's right below the...
Ah.
That's awesome.
Wow.
I like that.
Wait, I hear a familiar voice. Ebbe!
No, it's not familiar. Oh, damn it. It's no battery in my right hand again.
We're stuck, Ebbe.
We're stuck here. We're gonna split up the game. The other team is already in another instance. Ebbe, we need to switch it back because I'm trying to get an audience.
Yeah, no, I know. Now, so I'll slack my gang and see if we can bump it up. And I'm not sure how quickly we can do it on a Saturday morning, because the 15 I think is the limit now because of CES.
Ebbe,
So
you didn't hear this earlier, but I am the killer app for virtual reality. I make little children hand puppet games, and I'm gonna do prank calls. You watch. Next week I'm gonna start doing prank calls to Intel. Is the CEO of Intel? What is inside? Okay, but seriously...
I'm gonna go type. I'll see you guys in a bit.
Okay. Okay, so what was the plan? We're gonna go there, okay? Let's go. Let's go. I'm gonna go to all. And here it is again, the Intel booth. God damn it.
What scene are you guys going to so I don't lose you guys?
Scavenger Hunt Park.
Okay.
It's in recently. Okay. There we go. This would be a bummer because we of course have to play team against team. But yeah, so just in case you're just tuning in, this is Scavenger Hunt Park. In case you're just tuning in, during the Consumer Electronics Show in Vegas, the concurrency was limited. Oh,
I made it!
What's inside? I'm still like, I can't stop. Oh,
German sausage inside.
Wait, this is we gotta keep it PG rated. Please hop on the carousel for your punishment. You have to go on the carousel in VR for three rounds.
No, wait, this is a bad idea. This is a bad idea. Oh my god.
I did it last time. It's okay. I'm gonna do it too. Okay, now.
Wow, I'm getting dizzy. This is good. This is kind of underlying the beer part.
Yeah, this is the aesthetic, the visual and the cultural aesthetic is. Now we have to do. You know what Schublattler is? We can't do that.
Yes, we can't do that. We can't move our legs, right?
Yeah, we need to tell Ebbe because we need to make Schublattler. So anybody who's watching this is like where you touch your feet with your arms or with your hands. And of course we can't do that because we're not animated below the waist.
Oh my god, let's go down here or I will have a virtual hangover tomorrow.
Well, you're drinking too much. That's why you have the hangover.
I feel like I'm still turning. Dude. Oh my god, what's this? This looks like the old show. How was it called? American Gladiators somehow.
Yes, that was exactly what we wanted to design here.
Finally, Drax, you decide to join us.
Strawberry. Oh, I'm so sorry. They capped the concurrency to 15 because of the Consumer Electronics Show. And Debbie, are you mad? It's Hans-Jürgen's fault.
Why would I be mad?
Because he showed up late, this little late guy. And then the people came in the barrels and they were naked inside their barrels. Look at it. Okay, you don't know what I'm talking about. But here's Cerberus, he's in a barrel. Did you see it?
I've seen the barrels. It's cool. Naya made those, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
You have to see Naya's experience. Oh, it's amazing. So when she gets that all done, you are going to have to go take Atlas hopping there. It's amazing.
We are very popular at Atlas hopping, okay? We can't just go anywhere like willy-nilly, okay? I have to talk to my manager.
Oh, Drax. Stop it.
Okay, so where are we at? Are we playing? Oh my god, it works! I just saw somebody fall in. Ekne! Oh, that's gross.
Let me out.
Okay. But Drax has to get up on top, and Barry has to get up on top. And then Barry first get your teams, and then divide them up so the teams are even, then get them in line, and then go take your place up on the top.
Okay.
And get your team to donkey them up.
So everybody
people with good aim on my team.
And let me say one more thing real quick. Ebbe is coming as well. He's at Harvest right now, and he is trying to call Lindens who are able to change. What the hell? I was just talking. How?
Oh yeah,
God.
we were trying to get him in Slack as well, Drax.
Oh.
We're trying to get a hold of him as well.
Oh, Ebbe was just in. He's on the case.
Oh, now I see. I fully got that wrong. It says Duncan booth, not drunken booth. I have to change. I'll be right back.
Okay, wait. Don't throw yet. So, I want to change the camera. I need to change the camera, please. Bear with me. But Strawberry, you need to go on the other side.
Yeah, where's the red ball?
Okay, hold on. I'm gonna change the camera so we can actually see from a different
It's behind
angle.
you.
It's behind me? Okay, I don't see it on my screen. Okay, let me go up there. But I think Betty wants to get dunked. She's standing there.
Okay, hold on. Debbie,
Well,
are you...
we didn't divide up the teams yet.
Right, and Debbie, then you're gonna count us in.
Like, anybody can throw...
No.
Betty fell. Good job, Debbie.
So, somebody's mic is
Yeah,
open.
I'm pretty good at this.
Lots of practice, huh?
Oh, right.
You have no
Okay,
idea.
guys, real quick, hold on. I have the camera positioned. Debbie, please take over and explain and make sure that people please stand in line, and then we can get started. And you count us in. So people have to line up.
My voice is coming and going, so I don't know how long it's going to last.
We hear you good.
But the first thing you need to do is divide up your teams, and you need to have even numbers on your team, and they need to get into their. I don't know if they need to go out and get into their proper clothes, because I don't want anybody going out and not be able to get back in. So just divide up. Lines are even, and don't cross lines once you're in a line. So even lines, and then our captains will take their spots, and then you will try to dump them in the worms. The team that gets their captain in the worms the most times win. Each person gets up to 3 balls. So if you get them the first time, then you just move. You only dunk them once, but you have 3 chances. If you strike out, you're out, and you just don't get a dunk. Okay. Once you've taken your shot, please do not go back in line.
One challenge. Gotta say one thing. I'm going to switch between camera angles. So if I actually decouple the camera, then it takes me a second to come back in. So maybe I should look at it from my point of view, which is fun too, because then I'll look at you guys.
And if I could get one more person that maybe doesn't want to shoot to help me to keep, I'm going to keep a tally on who ends up the most, but I would love to have someone to verify it with me, or maybe someone who would just do that for me, because I'll tell you honestly, I'm kind of bad about that kind of thing. So
yeah, just like you were cheating at the scavenger.
So if I can get somebody that will come and stand with me and help keep count of how many times the person gets, how many times Barry gets dunked and how many times Drax gets dunked.
And by the way, people who accused me of cheating.
I can do that.
And
Where
last
do you need
week.
me?
It's just facts. Drax, you do cheat.
Drax facts.
Jen, are you going to help?
Hashtag Drax facts.
Yeah. So just keep. I'm going to do a tally of both of them, and this way we can verify ours. Or you know what? That would be good. You can count for Strawberry, and then who was else going to help me? Was it Enchantress? So one person count how many times Barry goes down, and another person count how many times Drax goes down. That would be the easiest way, because I know I would. Okay, awesome. Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, but please divide the teams. Teams are still not divided. There are people standing in the middle. We need to make sure that
you need to get in a single file line behind the ball.
Listen to Mrs.
Everybody wants to be on my
Baskerville.
team.
Mrs. Baskerville, hello. My name is Hans-Jürgen.
Hello, Mr. Vaughn, whatever it is your name was.
Gherkin. The name is Gherkin.
Cat, come back.
Gherkin? Like in pickle?
Yes, Hans-Jürgen Gherkin is his name. It's my name. I mean, it's my name.
I see 5 people on Drax's side, and I see 5 people on Barry's side. We're even. You may commence. Okay.
So wait, Enchantress is not playing because she's counting, right?
Right.
So Drax only has 4 then.
Okay, who is counting for me? Enchantress?
Cat,
I'll go on Drax's side. Enchantress, you will play. Okay?
Yeah, wait, and you count in 3, 2, 1. What already said go. We gotta do this properly.
Wait, I got 6 people on my side now.
She's cheating! Cheating!
Wait, there's 6 people on my side.
Cheating! Strawberry is cheating!
I'm not cheating, I'm trying to point out that there's more people on my side.
Look at her! Look at her earrings. It's very clear the person who wears these earrings is cheating. Oh.
Okay, get in your spot so they can dunk you.
Why do I have
your plank, please?
my beanie shows the head, my head. Something is going on with my beanie.
So you can go ahead and start doing it. Remember, up to 3 tries. If you don't get it, if you get it on the first one, you're done. That's good. Okay, that's 1 for Drax.
Wait, but you gotta do ready, set, go. You didn't say ready, set,
go. No, that counts. So that's 1 for Drax.
Let me see if I can TP up there. Hold on, I'm going.
She's so slow. Look at her. How slow.
I'm stuck.
Let's come for
My
all the...
camera is stuck.
You know. You know what? This is. You know what this is? This is a game. This is not me against Strawberry. This is a proxy war. Fashion bloggers against intellectuals. That's what it is. Fashion is too superficial.
Yeah, these guys are good. You guys are awesome.
You can teleport up, Strawberry.
I tried, but it wasn't working.
Do not teleport onto the plank.
I feel sick. I was on
the...
the...
Galen warned against that.
See, she says not to teleport onto the plank.
Am I 3? Am I 3 now?
Man!
Yes, you're 3.
No, I'm 4 years old.
And that's exactly what I was thinking, although I was thinking you don't really act 3 yet.
Yeah.
Oh, Debbie, that hurts. This hurts very much.
Buddy?
Are you talking about me now?
Sure, you can go.
Oh!
Service, you can go.
Oh, Stacy, come. Stacy gotta do it again.
Okay,
come on, dunk me, you can do it.
I hope so, I'm in VR.
Why is Cerberus on her side? Cerberus is drunk.
Because he likes me better.
Yeah. Oh my god. Cerberus, you gotta stand with the German team. You're a traitor.
Oh my god, I fell. You guys. Okay, there we go.
Oh, it's respawning, okay.
Debbie, what happens? So people have to stand in line again behind?
Too close?
You're perfect. You're perfect.
Okay.
They get in line once. We do 1 round
so
and then we take
three shots, right? 3?
Yeah.
You get a total of 3, but you only if you get them the first time, you don't get 3 balls. You just get them once.
Hello.
Oh.
Come on.
Oh, so then if he already
come on.
If he already dunked me, then he doesn't get any more?
Wait, one person can do 3 and then comes the next person?
When I grab it, it goes under my feet.
That's how we're doing it here on this side.
Oh.
You get 3 balls to try, but if you get them, if you already get them with just 1 ball, you don't get more balls.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Okay, Daisy, next time you can throw twice more. I just saw because they... Okay,
you get 1 more ball.
1 more ball.
Okay, who's next?
1 more ball.
Kat, you want to go next, or
What's going
Betty?
on with my team? Come on, guys.
Come on, guys.
And Terrence, did you try 3?
Kat, you want to go next? Okay.
Granddaddy, do it. You can do it. You can do it.
Under my feet, the next one. Sorry, I need to ask Debbie a question.
Okay.
Well, I didn't
she
do
got
that
me.
on my camera. Have you?
Debbie? Can you hear me?
Who's calling me?
Jen over there.
I can't get over there for some reason. I'm stuck over here. Okay. I was gonna ask. I calculated wrong.
Whoa! Wait. Hey,
Don't
Granddaddy
stop.
got me, but I didn't fall down. Why not?
If you don't fall, it doesn't count.
That's mean. Hey, can I ask? Oh, there we go. Woohoo!
Oh well, I'll ask
Okay,
after.
quickly.
Okay, hold on, guys. I have a phone for my son.
I suggest we just count it.
This is Ebbe on the phone. Ebbe can't get in. Where's Ebbe?
Betty, you want to go next?
Okay, so next.
Kat got me too, so you counted Kat. Who's next? Betty? I don't think Betty can hear us. Maybe I should type it. Hang
Ekne, come on,
let's see.
Ekne, quickly. You can do this.
Can anybody try to message Betty?
I just heard her say. Oh, she typed in chat earlier, maybe?
Okay, what's up? Hey, Safia on my team. Are you on my team, Safia? Oh, yes. Safia is very good at this. Oh, shit. Yeah, of course, Jen. You don't.
Okay, how about Ari? I don't know.
Oh my god. I teleported. That was
why is Drax over there?
I teleported in the wrong spot.
Okay, Ari's going.
Teleport onto the platform, Drax.
Hey,
Drax.
Hello, I'm cheating.
Okay, let's see if we can dunk both of us.
Look how cute this outfit. Did you work out, Drax? Yes, I did.
Oh my god, we got both of us.
Ow, ow! Well, hey, wait a minute. That was...
Yes, thank you, Drax. 2 points for us.
What? No. That's
what happens when you stand on my...
Safia, do it. Safia, do it.
Sorry, that was an important phone call.
Where's Ari's gonna do it next? I can't. I don't know if you guys can hear me. Ari, you want to go next?
So, anyone?
Cerberus, I think you have to do it again, but Cerberus and I, we are kind of...
I wasn't I was on the phone with my son, so I'm sorry I wasn't counting. Did we lose count? Did somebody take over for me, or what?
Oh, no.
Okay, I'm throwing.
Debbie...
You know what? We could just say that was a practice round. We could start over.
Debbie was cheating.
How about we just say I won?
No.
I like that idea.
Or we can just call it a tie, and then we can all go to the tiebreaker round.
Yeah, let's do that. That'll be fun.
Okay.
We want to call it a tie and go over to the tiebreaker round?
Okay, that sounds good. Wait.
Okay.
I want to Daisy throw one more time, because Daisy didn't throw a couple times before.
So.
Daisy, give it a try.
Okay.
We were 4 for 4.
Hello, Daisy. My name is Hans
I
Jürgen.
think
You look
everybody
cute.
dunked me.
Nobody missed.
Drax,
Where's the
you don't
ball?
say that stuff. Where's the ball?
That's me the ball.
Debbie, where's the ball?
And I haven't eaten it.
Sometimes the ball disappears.
It's just Drax cheating again.
No, I just want to give people the opportunity. Look, Strawberry, I am a major celebrity, okay? I was like at the Ready Player One thing this morning. There was a guy named Steve, and he says, I'm Steve, and I said, I'm a celebrity, and he says, wow, this is my first day in Sansar, and I already meet celebrities. And I said, exactly, that's what it's all about. Like, I told him that it took me like 10 days in Second Life to meet...
Yeah!
Oh!
You know, I need to make the cans taller so that whenever Drax goes in the worms, he at least goes up to as high as where his mouth is, so he at least stops talking for a little while.
Then you have to make Galen make a script that kills the voice when you're in there, like completely, like you can't even talk.
Yeah, it would have to be something like that because it's not going to happen naturally.
Yeah, always.
I hope you take it in good spirits, Lynn.
Always Debbie stabbing me in the back is hurting me. I suffer from PTSD right now. Okay, this is awesome. And let me just say quickly, Debbie built all this. This is a work in progress. And Debbie, I understand this, that the scavenger hunt is also going to be here when it's all done, like similar to what we did, but maybe in a little bit smaller surroundings, right?
Yes, the new scavenger hunt will be organized differently, and it will be just within the area that you see between the buildings. And there's one side of the river and the other side of the river. So it will be more fun. You'll be able to be closer to the people, and you won't have people, no names mentioned, but won't be pushing things out of your hands.
Yeah, that is really
not that I'm standing right here in front of Drax and saying that.
What, me? What?
So Debbie, anybody could come here and play this game now? This is here permanently?
Yes, you can come to here anytime you want to play for the dunking game. It is here available. The scavenger hunt, I actually have to initiate that at this point. But this is here, and the game we're going to run over to, the Tiebreaker Gulch, is also, you can play it at any time. It's always open. So
okay, let's head on over.
Go play?
Lead the way.
Okay, so you're going to follow me. It's a little jog.
Wait,
put on your running shoes.
One second.
Okay,
wait, Drax was saying something.
Because I didn't see this earlier, I want this on my stream. Cerberus, can you throw? You're a very good thrower. Somebody stand up there, please, and Cerberus throw. I want a clean shot of this. Maybe Debbie needs to be dunked.
Do a double dunk up there.
Yes, a double dunk.
Why not you,
Jen?
Jen,
Come
show up
come
there.
with me.
I'll go
Ready?
up there too. Hang on.
Wait, no, Jen
Get
goes.
3 people in the can.
I think the always spawns, huh?
Let's give more. Let's more people. Is Ebbe here? Who else wants to go up there?
We're testing the physics right now.
Come on.
We're testing the physics. Let's
physics testing.
Okay, let's
Ooh, Granddaddy, that was not bad.
You missed.
Granddad is not in VR. He's
Okay.
We got more. Do we have
Are you
more?
ready?
Everybody's here.
Wait. Give him a almost there. Daisy, you gotta go a couple. Oh, Debbie, Daisy's snout is
I think, I'm sorry, I can't move in any closer. Try to make some more room.
Yeah, and I can't.
Oh, I will enjoy this.
Jen's dancing around.
All right, let's do this.
Okay. Ready to meet the worms?
Give it your best shot.
Damn! Damn, Cerberus, that was brilliant. And not only everybody's.
So I had worm facial and everybody else stayed.
Run in circles for the win. Okay, let's go to the Gulch. Debbie, this is awesome, but you know, one tiny thing you need. You need Bavarian Oktoberfest type music here.
I was looking for it. Drax, you find it for me, please.
I'll send it to you.
Thank you.
As soon as the stream is done, if you guys want to come in here and reload it, then you'll get really good, authentic. I'm going to find some good authentic music. Really kind of.
Thank you, Drax. I was looking on Freesound and I couldn't find anything there.
And then Cerberus, if you need a second job or a third job, I want to hire you, pay you an hour. I pay you a minimum wage in Germany. I think it's like
as a barrel.
As a barrel, you stand here and play like one of the obnoxious Oktoberfest visitors who is harassing people.
Okay, I can do that.
Actually, I should hire an Australian. That would be more than
Okay.
We should head on over. You want me to go?
Yeah, let's go. She's running. Oops, what is running again? Oh, yeah.
We gotta run.
Yeah, you guys are always so. You guys are never in the moment. I'm trying to be in the moment here, and you're always like, "Oh, we gotta hurry up." You know what? Oh, look at this. This terraforming also is very Second Life-ish, and I say
like
this.
Me, I love running in Sansar, so this gives me a good opportunity to run.
YMCA, da-da-da-da-da-da, YMCA, da-da-da-da-da-da. Alrighty, 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 alrighty.
Okay, guys, we're going to jump off the bridge down into the gulch.
Ah, here is music.
Okay.
Here's little saloon piano music.
You're mining, and you have mining cars, and each team has 5 cars, and you can read the instructions, and that one that Granddad has does not count in the game. It's here as a demonstration, so you can go ahead and show you're going to put one of those in each car.
Oh, wow.
And in the gulch, there are lots of these. Not all of them can be picked up, though, so you're going to have to search for them. So when I say go, you're going to run in the gulch, and you're going to fill up your captain's car first, their train. So Strawberry's going to stand on one side, and Drax will stand on the other side. Any questions?
I'm on this side. Nope. I'm on this side.
Oh my god! She's so difficult. She's so difficult. I cannot work with her.
I was here first.
Oh god, worse than my sister, and I don't even have one. Okay,
hey, leave the rocks.
Okay, one quick question: does anybody know why I don't see names in VR when I press the button? Used to be.
I'm not seeing names either right now.
No.
Don't see names either, right?
Don't go into my list. You may not make it back in here.
Yeah,
Right.
sometimes it's the hover for some reason doesn't work, and usually going into my lookbooks and coming back works. But
okay.
We don't want anybody to get bounced out. If you need to, mine are working right now. So if there's anybody you need to know who they are, I can check for you.
Okay.
Are we ready?
Okay. We are ready.
We already found one.
Wait.
Okay, if you found any, make sure you're not using the example one. That does not count. Okay, go.
I'm sorry. Go.
Wait. Everybody remembers whose team they're on, right?
Hopefully they.
Oh, this is not dynamic.
Yay, Cat found one.
Daisy got.
Come on, come on.
Drax is cheating. Drax isn't supposed to get
Drax.
What?
That's not bad.
I didn't cheat. No.
You just lost.
What? I didn't
This
cheat.
one is mine. This is the example one. It stays by me.
No, it was from over there. You guys are. Oh God, you guys are setting me up. That was over there. I didn't cheat.
So I have to go here, right?
This is a conspiracy. They're trying. This is a conspiracy against. Listen, everybody. This is a terrible claim. They don't like me here. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go to VR chat, and I'm never gonna come back. I'm gonna uninstall this goddamn program here.
Can I see you there?
Cerberus is stealing it! Nobody's paying attention that Cerberus is stealing this shit from me. Come on.
I said I give it a try.
He's already drunk. He's Is anybody, Jen, are you, oh, look at this rock. This is a nice one.
Hey, that goes over here.
I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, I lost it.
One.
Sorry, I
You
lost
cannot
it.
have. This is mine. Nobody gets it.
Oh, I'm
Get
so
it back.
sorry.
Throwing it away.
I'm gonna start crying. Oh,
Okay, you know what?
I'm so
I'm
hurt.
going to remove the sample one from because there's a total of 10.
Are you
a
sad?
total of 11. One sample.
Wait, how much more?
You guys are doing great.
We only need 2 more.
Yeah, one more. We only need one more. You guys, go, go, go.
Here comes.
Drax, don't steal.
Put it in.
Debbie, we won. Debbie, we won.
What?
Put it in there. We won.
There's team one.
Oh my God. This is ridiculous. This is really, I don't like these
Oh,
kind of games.
wait. We got a problem over here on Strawberry side. You can't have 2 in a car. You need to have 1 in each one.
Who's
So it's
laughing
not
now?
filled until you have 1 in each car.
Who's laughing now?
This
We'll
goes
fix it. We'll
there.
fix it. We'll fix
This
it.
goes there.
There you go. Boom.
Drax! You just threw all of them.
Are you crying? Are you crying, Strawberry? Ha ha ha! I'm laughing. You see?
I had no idea you were such a bully, Drax.
He's such a bully.
Well, this environment, Jen, this environment is reverting me back to my old ways. It's not healthy. I need to see a psychologist.
He keeps picking them up. Look at
I think we win.
You know, I'm not sure if VR is. I'm not
Gave
sure
up any chance of winning, Drax.
I'm not sure if VR is necessarily the empathy machine. It might also be the infantilizing machine. Who knows? I mean, I'm not a psychiatrist, but I'm.
I think everybody else is behaving like an adult.
Yeah, everybody. There's,
But Jen,
I have no words.
as a celebrity, I have so much responsibilities that, like, just an hour a week, I can be a little child. I mean, this is like role play. This is healthy for my psyche, no?
Is that like a syndrome?
Yes, yes. It is a syndrome of sorts.
I have to say,
This is a
Debbie.
really good test
It might
because
be.
look,
It might be the
dynamic
puppets.
objects going
I heard
into
about
these
that.
things,
Quiet.
and
It's
we're
not me.
crashing
It's not me.
anything.
It's not
Yeah,
me.
I was gonna say that it looks really beautiful right now. I love the lighting and the way they arrange everything. And we haven't had one crash, and I
Cerberus,
haven't
it's
felt
not
any
me.
lag, so
It
it's
is
pretty,
him.
pretty
It
good.
is him. He is
And we have, what,
crazy. He
15
just
people here,
pretends
right?
it's the puppet, but it's
Yeah. And no crashing, and we have we're using scripts and we're throwing things around, and
Okay.
so that's awesome.
On a serious note, Debbie, this is really totally awesome, and we have 0 lag. How many people are we?
There's probably 15, I think, right?
Can we do another round?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
But you need to go hide them. Go hide them.
But somebody needs to tie down Drax.
Yeah, someone has to
I
hide
think
the
we
stones
need.
again.
I need an altar up
Wait,
here.
can we get his wife into Sansar?
Here.
Oh! Oh! And now she's coming up with the big guns. That's uncalled for. I mean, come on. There's it's got to be some nuclear treaty or something.
Drax, there's an altar up front. You need to go get onto it so we can sacrifice you.
You should.
Lead the way.
So wait a minute. What are we doing?
You have to hide these again, though.
Wait, is Drax has no words?
Yeah,
He's like, wait, what? Bring my wife in? What?
Somebody knows the secret words now.
My wife right now is watching 10 YouTube streams, so we get the numbers up. She has we have this little room where we have 50 machines. They all watch the same YouTube stream with bots. So we get higher numbers than Strawberry because that's all that matters is the numbers.
Okay, teams, go hide with Brock so we can play another round.
No, on one quick serious note, because Ebbe earlier said that he was trying to get a call in, but we're still. I just want to count real quick.
Yeah, he's called a couple people. I haven't heard anything confirmed yet.
No, it's fine. I mean, it's it's a lot of fun, and it's amazing how this works. Okay, so we're hiding. Let's hide.
Yes, you're hiding all the
we
rocks.
already hid them.
Are they already all hidden? Okay, Debbie, so who is on my team?
No one wants to be on your team anymore.
I'm on your team.
Oh, thank you. We have to stick together.
Why are you leaving?
We stick together, my brother. It's just like
he's colluding with the known cheater.
Right.
Look, we're
and that's not known Cheeto, that's known cheater.
We cut from the same cloth, and the cloth was in a barrel for a long time. It ripened in the barrel, and we're both made of the Reinheitsgebot from 1318. Okay, let's do it. So how many? Everybody, come please to us. Everybody who is on our team. So Chris over here, Daisy.
The winner team.
Winners.
I'm gonna play on Barry's side.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yes, me too.
What is up with this Strawberry person? Why is she so popular? I don't get it. I don't get it. It's driving me crazy.
Okay.
Staying up all night trying to figure this out.
Come to this team. We have beer.
Go. Go
Okay, guys, go. Come on, guys. Go get the rocks.
Debbie, you gotta say this in more.
Oh wait, we're starting. We're starting.
Debbie never says already said go or something proper. She always says it's not fair. It really isn't.
And Drax, I'm watching you. You can't play.
I'm going to.
What are you doing up there?
Why can't I be up there? Are you my mom?
Service, I'm mad at you.
Really? Why?
Because you switched teams.
Oh, I thought before this take any longer.
Strawberry doesn't even allow me to walk upstairs. I mean, come on.
Yay,
I can't run.
So wait, I think you was hiding
Oh, sorry. Wait a minute. Oh, is this not? This is not a movable one. Wow, this is hard because some of them are. This also is not movable.
Daisy, why don't you come on my team?
No, Daisy stays with me. No.
Yeah. Oh, we want to.
Wait, I'll grab it. Okay, are we winning?
That's it.
Yeah.
No, we have one left. There's one
left. One left.
We need one more. Come on, guys. We can do it.
I will just steal Agnes.
Ari, you found one! Yay! Come on!
Win.
We're getting there, we're getting there.
Yay! We won! That's
we
it!
won! Yeah!
That's okay, I'll let Drax win this time.
Team Beryl wins.
For once in his life.
Are you crying,
And only because
Strawberry?
of cheating.
Are you crying, Mrs. Baskerville? Are you crying, Jennifer? Jennifer Linden, hello?
He's rubbing it in.
You are a Linden, are you not?
I work at Linden Lab, yes.
See, she is a Linden, she is a spy, and you guys didn't even know. Yoo-hoo!
This is so much fun though, Debbie. You're gonna leave this area here too, right?
Yes, this is here, and it's free to play anytime you want. You can come with your friends and go hunting, go mining.
Debbie, this is absolutely awesome. The dunking game also awesome. Granted, he just threw a rock in my face. Oh, but that was a good throw, I gotta say.
Do it again.
Ekni? Hello? I know you're good at throwing pies, but
a little bit hard, but a mud facial.
Yeah, I think it's.
There we go.
This
A
is not a
throwing contest.
It's not a gherkin facial. That it's actually.
We should try to throw the rocks into the cart.
So Drax, are we gonna go to the CES booth?
Yeah, and let me preface this real quick for people who are not familiar. We are going to the CS booth from Intel. There was a keynote at the Consumer Electronics Show last week in Vegas, and they had a presentation where they actually went into Sansar, and it went pretty well. It was pre-recorded. I said earlier it was a little bit cheesy. I mean, these things are. Well, people
Coming
keep
from
throwing
you,
stuff at me.
Coming from you.
Jen?
The king
Hot
of
kettle
cheese.
black mud.
The king of cheese is saying cheesy.
Wait a minute. There is cheese, and then there is sort of like German intellectual cheese. I mean, that's you know a lot about cheese, Jen, don't you? You're
I
a
love
cheese connoisseur. I know.
Yeah.
No. What I meant was, it's always funny when stuff is pre-recorded. It was very well done, but a CEO sometimes. Oh my God! What the heck?
Oh,
it just bounced off of you.
All I'm saying, yeah, I'm very hard-headed. All I'm saying is that when the CEO is like, oh, let's go behind the stage, and then their avatars say, oh, look, we're avatars. I'm just saying some people are just not naturally gifted performers like I am. Okay.
let's just say there will be no future episodes of Atlas Hopping sponsored by Intel. Based off of your comments. I am joking. I am joking. Are you going to take us there?
Yes.
Drax?
So we're going to go to the CES booth, which is a replica of what they had offered at CES. It's very well done. And then there is it's semi-hidden. There is a poster for Ready Player One for the movie. And then you go inside. Oops, we got feedback.
Oops, somebody's got the mic open.
Please close your mics. And
That
then,
is a serious cricket.
so follow me in there, and then we're going into Ake's garage. Ake, of course, is a character from the Ready Player One book. Oops, people are already disappearing.
Yeah, I put the link in the chat. I'm gonna quickly change and I'll meet you guys there.
I think people are really tired of me talking. Oh, yeah.
This is true.
It must be the puppet.
Yeah, it's me! Don't blame it.
Okay, where's the CS booth? Oh, wait a minute. It should be in Sansar Studios. Here we go. I categorically from now on want to do this with the Atlas instead of going to desktop, because I want to test
CES last week,
here we go.
and I actually presented Sansar. And we actually went to the tomb and to the Apollo Space Museum and to the moon. And I did that standing right here in VR with a friend of mine, Raj, who works for Intel. We stood next to each other and we went cruising while people are sitting on these seats right there, watching us on this big screen behind me what we were doing in Sansar. And then right over here, if you come over here, this is where we demoed Sansar on this big screen all week long. People were building lines. People, there are like thousands of people where you guys are standing, basically lining up to try out the experience right here.
Ebbe, this is really awesome. So did people like it? What kind of feedback did you get? What kind of questions? What were the?
Everybody loved it. They were able to actually use the new Vive Pro with higher resolution and see the Intel booth like we are now. So they were standing inside the booth, and then they were allowed to go into the Ready Player One experience from here. So it was cool. And here you can actually see this here. Looks like glass for people that have been thinking about glass.
Oh wow!
So glass is amazing.
Yeah, and actually, our rendering guy, who is a freaking rock star, is not happy about it. He thinks it can do a lot better, but it gives you an idea of that glass is actually possible.
Well, it's one of the better glasses I've seen in a game.
Yeah.
Oh, this is good.
And I mean, our rendering guy is a complete perfectionist, and he thinks that was a quick hack job for him. I actually haven't been in this experience myself because I was too busy helping people and, you know, standing on stage and talking business, blah, blah, blah with people. So I don't even know where the teleportation hub is for the Ready Player One experience.
Oh, it's right here. It's by the poster.
Oh, right there. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez, I was standing right next to it.
If you guys go, Drax and Ebbe should go in first.
One quick second, Ebbe, are we still at 15 caps today?
Yes.
Okay. Then the other. Oh, that's why the others are not coming. There's still. We played the game at the tiebreaker game, which was awesome. So
out here we got.
Ebbe is doing the little walk.
He is. He's doing a baby walk.
How is he doing that?
We need to teach him how to dance.
Oh my gosh! You have to get a Cerberus' club.
Yeah, I think
that's the best. Look at him go.
We're gonna have a Cerberus teach lesson.
Okay, let's go in. Then the others are not able to come in. Then I guess because
we are still missing a progress indicator.
Okay, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go in. Ready Player One with the longest leg in history.
Ebbe second.
Hollywood. So I'm not gonna retell the story of Ready Player One. I'm assuming that everybody is familiar with the story. Ek is one of the main characters, and it turned. Actually, I can't really talk about because then I would spoil it. Because he's not who he seems at the very beginning. Cerberus? Is that you?
Nope.
No.
Cerber Magi.
Oh, hi. I don't see names today. Well, we got a lot of barrels.
Yep.
Yes. They're the
We
height of
loaded
fashion
faster
now.
because we had this preloaded, but Ebbe's in the same instance, so you're good.
You guys were not in the tiebreaker game. That was actually really fun. But I wonder what's going to happen now when...
We got to play with Ebbe, Drax. It was better.
Oh, you played with him at the tiebreaker game?
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, good. Ebbe probably cheated.
Though.
Yeah.
No, he didn't.
No, me and Anu did though.
I totally cheated. I destroyed Strawberry. She cried.
We were stealing rocks out of one person's
oh, yeah,
cart,
yeah. And then you
I mean, the rules didn't say not to, so...
Exactly,
Did we
you're
lose,
right.
Ebbe?
It didn't even
No,
say.
you gotta. He never came in, so he's not cashed.
So I'm gonna ask a blunt question.
Okay.
And you may hold back or not. What do you guys think in general, strategy-wise, that Linden Lab is doing these types of tie-ins? This really high-end thing.
It's great.
Okay. Do you think that this will bring in people and keep them?
Of course, it already does.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't have this cached, so it took me a while to get in.
Okay, then let me ask Ebbe. Let me ask this question. So this is really absolutely fantastic. It can't get any better. And I met a guy, Steve, from Vegas earlier, and he said he was not. He didn't think that VR could do something like this. And then I said, and then you got to think about that. This also has a social component built in. So Ebbe, do you what is your hope with hopes and maybe fears about putting stuff like this out? Will this bring people in, but will it also keep them? What do you think?
Well, I mean, you either have to have a cool community like you guys to hang out with, or you need something cool to do within the environment. So interactivity, making it easier to create interactivity, so that whether it's mini games or full blown games. I mean, that's a place we're heading towards. Just so much more to do.
Yeah.
So as the platform continues to evolve, you'll be able to do more and more sophisticated and larger scale, whether it's us fixing things on the performance side or creating features that allows you to more easily interact with the environment to create more interactive experiences. And then it's also what makes it easier for people to stay connected as a community, whether it's via communication or interaction. I mean, all of these things to just move forward.
Yeah. I mean, specifically, but with this, like with big, with big movies and tie-ins and working towards this, the release of this movie. I mean, this is obvious. I mean, this is all about virtual reality, and this is kind of the closest to the Oasis. I'm sure there's people who would disagree with me, but right now it's the closest to the Oasis that there is out there. So this is a no-brainer that you guys tie it in with this. But do you feel that people who are gonna, they're searching for Ready Player One, or they're really curious about the movie, that they will go like, oh, cool, here's a thing that I can kind of like, I mean, role play or check it out, or?
Yeah, I mean, of course.
Yeah.
I mean, and we can only produce so much of this stuff. Like Widely or Jason on our team who heads up our studio team. I mean, that's like.
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
It's not even 10 people. I mean, there's a ton of work. But we got some of these assets, too. Some of these assets come from ILM, and some come from Warner Brothers. Yep. And our team had to do a lot of work to sort of... Because they're not necessarily optimized for, call it a real-time environment. So they had to do a lot of content optimization and decimation and stuff to make sure that it would be somewhat... And then we also threw in a bunch of assets that our team actually built from scratch. And we even have some items in here, I think, way over there. There's some stuff you might recognize from an old Mars scene we had.
Yeah, and the forklift is from the Hollywood.
Yeah, so it's a mix of our built assets and assets we got from those studios.
So it's a riff on the set. It's not the actual 100% replica.
It's an interpretation. Mm-hmm. I think is the word that was used. Yeah. But we're all friends here, right? So I can tell you guys some cool shit. So this was not very clear whether it could have made it out at all. Really close up to CES, whether we could even expose this, because you have Warner Brothers in the bag in the mix. Which means you have Spielberg in the mix. You have HTC in the mix, because HTC has acquired some rights as to what types of Ready Player One virtual reality content can and cannot be done. So we had to collaborate with lots of different companies and people. But Spielberg came in here a couple of weeks ago when it was still kind of not really going to happen that we could release it, and he loved it. And one really cool quote I heard from a guy who was there was that he actually looked at a shot in here and said, "Oh, I wish I'd had that shot." And then there was another shot he looked at, which like, awesome. "Oh, I have that shot."
Of course he does.
So as a cinematographer like him, being able to be inside of your imagination, and obviously he has fantastic imagination, an incredible sense of feel and style. It was mind-blowing for him to be in here. And then, as you may have seen on Twitter, we had the author, Ernie Klein, came in here also a few weeks ago, or 10 days ago or so. And he also loved it and retweeted it and encouraged people to come in here and check it out. So
I'm going to harass Ernie Klein on a daily basis now to join us Atlas hopping, and it will happen.
I think he hopped in from home, so he is set up and ready to go.
Okay, I'll harass him like an hour before we go in, and go like every 5 minutes. Ernie, come on, we're almost there. Come on. You could do
Ebbe, I just want to say real quick that with real-time rendering, this is why I kind of can't keep myself out of Sansar, is that with this real-time rendering, what it really excites me is to be able to, create productions inside of here. Yeah. But in order to do that, we need animation. So.
Oh yeah,
cameras. Spielberg has
cameras and better cameras, better key, camera controls. You need better more animations.
Maybe
both scene animation as well as avatar animation. I mean, everything. But I think we're starting from a pretty goddamn cool spot right now.
Absolutely. I mean, let me just say, congratulations. And I was going to say Spielberg is going to be out of a job soon because we can just make these movies from our basements, basically. I mean,
I think Spielberg is going to use via a storyboard.
Yeah.
I was going to...
Yeah, and I think, you know, whether it's cinematographers or architects, or actually that's another cool story I could have told back when we were at the Intel booth. The person that actually architected the Intel booth was able to walk into the design of the Intel booth in Sansar before the actual physical Intel booth was built. And it blew his mind that he was able to go inside of his own creation that he had created on paper or some 3D design software, being able to walk into it. And the woman we work with, Lisa Watts, who is the head of VR marketing for Intel, she then later watched him watching the scene on a 2D screen, and the guy leaned forward as he was going to go into the computer screen, and Lisa had to like grab him by the shoulder, like, "Hey, were you just about to walk into the screen?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm still I'm still in there." He was completely blown away. So it's gonna impact a lot. I mean, being able to rough something like this out for a cinematographer to just see all the angles and potential shots in advance of doing it on an actual set before we build a set, what a huge advantage. Too.
It's invaluable.
Yeah, invaluable,
you
totally.
Can track, basically, you have a 3D camera working, so if you can capture the stream, you can rebroadcast the stream, and you can track those camera movements and copy them into...
So,
yeah, and actually, that was a really cool thing. If you didn't watch the whole Intel keynote, maybe you saw the part... Did you guys see the part where we were in the keynote? No?
I saw when the CEO went behind the screen.
Yeah,
that was pre-recorded.
Yeah, this part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only saw that.
it was yeah, fine. It was pre-recorded because no one wants to take risk on a big stage like that.
No, that's what I acknowledge.
But it was Jason was actually widely head of studio, was the cameraman of that footage that we did. And then you had actors that played the roles of the CEO, and then they had pre-recorded voices from them that was just lined in to synchronize it all up. But what was I got distracted.
That's how it works.
So, what was I going to say? Oh, there was another piece where they built this huge photogrammetry capture studio. Did you guys see that piece? So they built a huge stage that has like, I don't know, hundreds of cameras or 100 cameras or something, and they can capture an action scene, and then after the fact, you can actually place your camera anywhere in that scene and actually completely decide what the actual camera shot is from any angle at any time. That was pretty wild.
Yeah, but that's a data hog. Did you see?
Oh, yeah. No, they're collecting terabytes by the second there, yeah. It's not something we're going to do at home anytime soon.
But it's amazing how far it came from Avatar. I mean, people have pointed this out already, like when Cameron made Avatar and they had to kind of, render this stuff still, even with very powerful machines and even with that gigantic budget that they had. And now we are at a place where we can do this stuff, this kind of visualization, at least pre-visualization completely in real time. That's completely insane. I was going to say the no-brainer for me as a storyteller, Linden Lab, here's a little tip. You guys should do some sort of a machinima competition or something. People solicit like user-created short story movies. And
absolutely. Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Do your own fan fiction about Ready Player One, for example. Like do a 2-minute Ready Player One fan fiction thing. I'm gonna do something with Ricardo's, where Ricardo's is going to play. What's
I can't read the sign.
I forget.
Upload failed.
What?
I was reading a sign.
Wait, let me get a shot of this. Upload failed. Who is this? Identify yourself.
I just got myself stuck on
It's Sin.
Oh, Sin. Hi, Sin. I don't know.
What he goes.
So,
That is funny.
Weird.
I want to hop around a little bit and show the YouTube audience a little bit of the highlights, and then we're going to head back to Harvest. Quick last question, Ebbe, since we have you. What do you think, honest, about optional text chat bubbles? You think that's a bad idea?
What do you mean optional?
So when people in desktop want to use text chat to communicate with people in VR, I thought, and many people have pointed out that it would be the easiest thing or the best thing to have text chat pop up over your head. Of course, you choose the option.
You mean be able to see chat in VR? You mean?
Correct, because that's the big problem.
I would love to see chat. Maybe, I don't know if it's just that it's, we just haven't gotten to that on the roadmap. There's also text in VR with the current resolution is kind of a little bit of a pain in the ass. So I don't know if that's what's holding us back, but I'll have to go find out, because I would love to know that there's a text conversation going that I can sort of follow while I'm in.
That is totally crucial, and we see it especially with the Atlas hopping thing, that there's a lot of stuff going on that we want to kind of bounce back, or if I throw out like a question to the group, 50% they're putting this in chat, and then I can't respond to it if I have the headset on. So I
understand. The texters and the voicers are sort of disconnected, or the PC and the VR users are disconnected. Richard, yes?
Can the chat not put in the system in VR that you can read the chat there and open the system with the button, at least in the 5, that you can have the chat there as text?
Yeah, that's what we're talking about.
I don't like balloons.
I don't know whether it's bubbles or what. I don't know what the right interface is, but I would like to see. I'd like to be able to press a button or look at do something to be able to see a text conversation from VR. That's for sure. Yeah.
It will be mixed. I think for quite some time it will definitely be mixed between these two different modes. Not everybody will have a headset on all the time.
Yeah. Although I don't understand why. Once you're in VR, for me there's like no going back. But I think different people have different sort of call it a personal min spec for what makes you immersed, and mine is pretty high. So VR is kind of makes it, I am instantly immersed. On a PC, I've never been a gamer. I can't really get sort of immersed on a 2D screen.
Ebbe, I can talk to you about this topic for hours, and we have talked about this topic, and you're absolutely right. But you have to, Linden Lab has to account for the fact that there are a lot of people who also, for a lot of different reasons, like they want to have a little bit of a mediation. There can be a variety of reasons, and my personal opinion is that they have to be accommodated and be brought into the fold. I mean, your Linden Lab's messaging to that effect, I think, has gotten really good, because you're pointing out, you can be part of this community, you can check this out if you have a headset or not. So right now, it's obviously also a thing like a lot of people haven't bought it yet.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Our goal is to support both PC and VR, and mobile someday, and so that we can, so that you can ultimately be connected to a community, whether you're walking down the street with your phone or sitting in your VR headset or whatever. But the experiences across those different devices might be, substantially different. Maybe mobile is more of a chat companion device rather than a sort of cruise around 3D space kind of device. On an iPad, sort of 3D space kind of starts to make sense. But it is a lot of extra work to support each of these, because they all have different interaction models, different UI, and it just takes time to support multiple platforms.
But your constituency, I don't have the numbers. This is anecdotal to a large extent, but the experience from Second Life and also with my own family and colleagues is that a lot of people just don't feel comfortable with a headset right now. I know they're getting better, they're getting more unobtrusive and stuff like that, but the constituency of sort of virtual worlds enthusiasts, they include a substantial number of people that you could get into the fold, and that would be super happy customers, I'm absolutely certain. And like I said, actually kudos to you that the desktop functionality has gotten a lot better, and is it's almost
more to come. Yeah, more to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, let's look around a little bit, folks, huh? I want the YouTube
Yeah,
audience
people.
is like,
I think there's already been published a lot of information about where all these objects come from, what movies.
Well, I did stay on my dream, and put more on my youth.
Since Strawberry's not here to keep Drax in line, I'm just going to tell him that.
I'm here.
Yeah, what time is it?
Oh, she is here. Oh, okay.
That was sneaky, just right behind me. Like, whoa.
It's 16 minutes.
You guys were chatting.
Oh, the names.
It's 9 minutes.
Oh, Strawberry.
16 minutes over 9. I don't know how late it's for you.
Oh, it's 16
That's another thing we need is sometimes I need access to a clock inside of VR because I completely lose track of time.
Ebbe,
oh my God! I need to say one more thing, Ebbe. We also need the ability for phones to call us in Sansar, and then little iPhones pop up in our hands, and then we can take the call.
Drax is pushing his luck.
That is so frivolous, but I want it 1,000%.
Exactly.
Like,
That's
really
my thinking.
That.
That's my thinking.
Right.
Like I'm saying, this should not ever be a priority, but it also
right now that's last on the priority list. But all right, fine. I don't know.
I was like, sure, why not?
Ebbe's looking through the pages, like page 350. Oh, here it is, right there.
Yeah, the Excel spreadsheet just can't go that far.
only 300 pages.
What?
Sorry, Richard?
Only 300 pages.
Oh,
that's for Dragster.
The feature list is only 300 pages. Well, Ricardos, you are sending in like 50 feature requests per hour every day. Strawberry, very briefly, to your audience, somebody asked last time if the Atlas Hopping shirt is available in Second Life, and Solus, who made it, she told me she will make some, and we'll put it in her Second Life store so people can pick up the Atlas Hopping shirt.
Oh, that's awesome.
In Second Life. That will be awesome. So if people are, a little bit apprehensive in joining us, that's kind of like a one step. They can, like on board step by step. They get a cool Atlas Hopping shirt in Second Life, and next thing you know, they want to come in here and they want to wear it in here. And also, Strawberry, you have that shirt. I encourage you. You should open a Sansar store so you can give away that shirt.
She just made it for me. She didn't give it to me to put in the store, which is fine. Mine will be exclusive, limited edition.
Also, as a little plug, if anybody wants to come in and have some beer with us, not from these barrels, of course, but from
that's a great outfit, Debbie.
That's
awesome.
Yes, you have to see Naya's animated.
Where is what the experience is it?
Knowles too.
Well, the reserve of extra good beer is in Naya's experience.
Oh, Naya is
you
Naya.
have to go there. It's amazing.
Naya, I want to.
Drax, we should go there next week.
We go there. We will let me wrap it up with two things, and then I'm gonna hop for the post game to Harvest. Two announcements. Yes, we're gonna go to Naya next week, and then the week after that, we have a super exclusive of a kind of a horror mystery thing that is a exclusive that has never been seen, and we have it, and it's a real exclusive. Okay, when I say exclusive, I mean it. And I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I'm married to a lawyer, so if you want to sue me, go right ahead. No. Naya is next week. Also, we're starting a new Sansar show, the Drax Files Radio Hour Sansar edition, with one-on-one interviews with, well-known people and thinkers. And then, I don't know, is Galen around at all? No, he isn't.
I haven't seen Galen today.
So
Yes, I have seen Galen, but
Galen, Jasmine, and I are working on something that will push the envelope further. It's a fast-paced sports team sports game in Sansar. It might take until the end of February, but Galen is hopeful that it might be earlier. So when that happens, I think you guys are going to have a lot of fun. This will also be streamed, but it's for everybody to play, and it's going to be pretty awesome. So that's that. And then also Thea9 is working on something extremely cool. There's a lot of stuff going on. That's all I gotta say. And then people are going to say, Draxter has abandoned Second Life. No, I haven't. I'm working on a feature documentary, and it's a hell of a lot of work. And I have not abandoned Second Life. And that feature documentary called Our Digital Selves will premiere at the Newport Beach Film Festival and at the Munich Film Festival in I think it's in April and in May. So I have not abandoned Second Life. And we can walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay. So, and
Speaking
Second Life
of
is
Second
not
Life,
dying. Right?
Which one's walking and which one's chewing gum?
I don't know, Ebbe. You tell me. I love Second Life.
Ebbe, can you push Animesh out faster?
Yes.
On the Second Life side?
Let's talk Second Life.
Yay!
Oh, I heard Meto is doing something amazing that has to do with little animals and stuff.
Oh, nice.
You gotta push out Animesh.
I see Nia is messing around with Metu there.
If you come shirtless, it'll happen. You're asking for it.
That's awesome. What I am excited about, I think 64-bit viewer on Second Life is right around the corner, and that's gonna, for anyone that has a 64-bit ready Windows or Mac system, it's gonna be an improvement. Boom, bam.
Let's see.
Animesh is certainly awesome. Okay, I'm gonna hop around. I'm gonna say goodbye, everybody. I'm gonna head back to Harvest.
All right.
And Nia is next
Drax.
week. Yes.
We're coming back to next week, Saturday, 11 a.m. PST, same time.
Not PST, so but SLT. SLT is Sansar. SLT stands for Sansar Liberation Time.
Okay.
Sansar Liberation Time.
Yeah, Sansar's gonna liberate us from the physical world.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna end my stream and I'll head over to Harvest.
Bye. Thanks for coming and visiting.
Thanks, everybody.
At my
Thank
experience.
you, Ebbe.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, Debbie, for all the work. It was great fun.
All right, see you guys around.
Bye, Abby.
Bye, Abby.
I'm gonna visit the Iron Giant for one.
I think this is an UK plug, not a US plug on the lamp.
Where?
Here.
For real? Is somebody put a UK plug there? Where? I gotta see this.
Here. Come to me.
That is hilarious.
UK plug?
All right.
This looks like a UK plug, not a US plug.
Okay.
Oh, we'll see live.
Normals are reversed.
Oh yeah.
On this wire.
The lower parts are wrong for the US.
Service is messing.
Yeah, but it could.
Has it got 3 prongs? If it's 3 prongs.
Are we going to the office on his city and then have plans?
Let's go to his city.
This looks like an UK plug.
I'm going to Harvest.
That's funny.
Harvest.
What time is it?
Late.
It's 21:23 here.
It's almost 12:30, Drax. I'm gonna end my stream and I'll head over to Harvest as well.
That was long today. Okay, let's do post game in the basement. I'm gonna lock you guys up in my basement.
See you guys there.
So I have my friends. Oh, did we lose Daisy? Ah, because of the concurrency. Oh, this is interesting. This is fairly new. That the background is changing. Hello. Who is this? Hello.
Hello.
Hello, who are you? What is your name?
It's a mannequin.
Oh, it is?
I don't know.
Do we have them?
Well, you can.
No, but Ebbe, one thing, and I know this is a small community, a small constituency, but last time was at Linden Lab for the documentary. One of the protagonists is she can speak, but she cannot hear. So she's deaf, but she's not mute. She learned how to speak. So, you know, this is maybe a small number of constituents, but
accessibility, whether it's hardware platforms or communication methodologies. I mean, these are all.
As long as you're thinking about these things.
Yeah, it's just the list is long. You have to start somewhere, and you end up starting with kind of where the sweet spot is for. Unfortunately, which makes you biased against sort of minorities right off the bat, which is unfortunate in a lot of ways, but
no, I mean, quite seriously, I mean, I know that...
And whether that's minorities when it comes to hardware capabilities or communication capabilities or budgetary, I mean, it's, you know, financial, technological, all kinds of things that we have to sort of trade off, sort of mass audience versus what I would say edge cases. Sounds horrible, say edge case, but like but hopefully we can do things that actually benefits everybody. Yeah.
I think, I mean, honestly, you guys, and I know your heart is in the right place, and you really understand these spaces and the capabilities. So, Strawberry had Strawberry was pretty dismayed at like a couple of days of like, I don't know, an outburst of negativity out in her sort of blogosphere and the social networks, and sometimes it kind of goes up and down. And
about Sansar, or
it was about Sansar. I don't know, Strawberry. Are you here?
It's just I just felt bombarded, but everybody was just finding little things to complain about, and it's just like, why don't you just wait? It's still in beta, it's getting there, and just enjoy what's here right now. But I don't know, I just get tired of it.
I've been doing sort of software development for massive audiences, whether it's Microsoft Word or Yahoo's homepage or Sans or whatever, so my skin is rather thick because there's always a long list of people that want it to be something different, something better, something further along, something other, what it's always. So
exactly.
I just try and hear what they're actually trying to say versus the way they say it, and incorporate that learning as much as possible as we move forward. And over time, hopefully people will be happy and convinced that this is something valuable to them as well, but you can't convert everybody on day one. It takes time.
You have your priorities pretty straight, I have to say. I mean, from the outside Monday morning quarterback or whatever you call it, from our point of view, I think, God, am I stuck here? God, Sansar.
Maybe you're stepping in paint over there. I don't know why.
I'm stepping in Sansar paint. It's Sansar red. Yeah.
And that is, I'm so looking forward to see the next release. I'm always just like, to me
this is exciting to see all the updates coming out, and just, even with all the bugs and glitches, it's fun to get to know the community here, and I don't know, I'm enjoying it.
Yeah, and I think it's going to start to feel like it's going faster because, like I've been saying this number of times, there's so much foundational plumbing stuff we had to do to build this whole thing from the ground up. And we're now can sort of start putting floors on the foundation and doors and windows. And you know how when they build a skyscraper, it seems like they're digging a hole for 3 years, and then suddenly, in a few weeks, boom, the whole skyscraper is on top of the hole. I feel like we've been in that hole mucking around for a long time, and we're now starting to put floors on top of it. But still a lot of plumbing to be done, still a lot of just basic stuff, just performance and scalability. And
I'm loving the fashion release.
Yeah, the fashion release, I think, was very well executed, and it's awesome to just see suddenly just the amazing variety and where people are able to take it. And I think the AMD integration was brilliant because it allows a less technical audience to contribute interesting content as well. So it's a great step.
The naysayers will of course say like, oh yeah, but Marvelous Designer costs money, I don't have money, so this is not really democratizing content creation.
Well, I mean, what's that mean?
Well,
and also, what is the definition of create? That's also an interesting one, because once people start talking about creation, then you got to get into definition of creation. Are you talking about creating assets? Are you talking about creating clothes? Are you talking about creating community? Are you talking about creating brands? Are you talking about creating, there's create is a lot of different things to a lot of different people.
Yeah. No, I mean, my point was
not just about
The rumor was that now you can only create clothing with Marvelous Designer, and that there's another subscription free.
No, you can use Blender for free and hack away till your fingers bleed and have fun. Yeah, so there's a free path. Mm-hmm. And usually when tools get more easier to use or whatever, I mean MD has spent a lot of money to build a really sophisticated tool that makes creating clothing a lot easier, and making it easier for more people. I would say, hey, we together with MD actually helped democratize the ability to create. Fine, it comes with at a price, but at least now people that would have been completely stuck staring at Blender or Maya or
that's a good point. So
that's another option.
So your point is also then, of course, if you think okay, if I want to kind of play in this game, if I feel like I want to invest in a virtual clothing business, then the investment of a subscription fee to Marvelous Designer kind of makes sense. Like, for example, I have a subscription to Pro Tools, obviously, it makes sense. That kind of thing, I guess. Right.
Yeah.
Don't all of this Maya cost money? Photoshop costs money? All of these programs. The only one that's free is Blender, I think.
Pretty much. And sometimes you get what you pay for. Sometimes you can find free tools. And we've started with the fact that you can run this whole experience here for free.
Exactly.
Imagine if you wanted to build this thing from the ground up using the tools in before Sansar. What would you have done? And what would it have cost you?
I would have thrown the PC out the window because Unity is certainly not easy to use at all. I mean, I think that's actually really annoys the heck out of me. It's like, Unity is so much more powerful.
Well, Unity is they target what I would call a sort of a developer/engineering audience, and it's a great tool that has incredible amount of content built with it, and so I think it's awesome. But if you want a multi-user experience that's social and interactive, then Unity itself solves a piece of the puzzle, but you then need to build a server-side infrastructure. You then need to have an operational team to operate that server-side infrastructure, or you need to hook something up to AWS. It gets geeky, and we're trying to sort of eliminate as much of that geekery as possible so that more of us can create. And I believe ultimately that a huge success, if Sansar becomes really huge and successful, it will mimic physical space a little bit. Like in physical space, I create nothing when it comes to physical objects. Everything in my house was created by someone else. But I created my house through customization by putting the table and the painting on the wall and the rug there and this music, and that's my house with my stuff, but I didn't make the table. I'm not in the wood shop, and I didn't build a house, and I didn't build my car. I bet most of you wear clothing in your everyday physical world that you did not make, but it's still clothing that you chose to make your physical avatar look the way you want it to look. So it's your identity, and it's your house, and it's your stuff, but you didn't make it. It's Sony and Nike, and so lots of creators here will be Sonys and Nikes, creating stuff for people like me so that I can have my own Sansar home or place or office or club or church or whatever the hell it is without having to know how to be a bricklayer and a plumber and a 3D modeler and all of that.
Yeah, exactly.
I want to save these questions. I'm going to ask one more question because I want to save these questions when I hopefully can get Ebbe to a one-on-one 1 hour special Drax File Sansar edition in the next few months. But I don't disagree with you at all about this. But what Second Life has shown, the revolutionary aspect about Second Life, and I think a part of this is carried on over here, is that a lot of people who didn't even think about that they could do something or that they could build a business around creating stuff or just do it for fun, Second Life kind of led them to open up that possibility. I know exactly what you're saying. You're absolutely right. But the criticism that I hear sometimes now is like, oh, now I'm kind of like, now I'm like just staring at stuff because I can't play the game. And I would say, no, you can. You can get a couple of free YouTube tutorials for any type of 3D modeling software that's out there. You can do that, and then you can start, or you start with stuff from the marketplace, or Torley has done that. Microsoft.
So there's a spectrum. So you could say creating a Minecraft is easier than Roblox, is easier than Second Life, is easier than Sansar, is easier than Unity. Mm-hmm. Like you can put them all on a spectrum of sort of easy to create to hard to create. And along that spectrum, you probably also see some sort of line of how sophisticated the content is and who it's relevant to. I think the goal is not necessarily to be Minecraft easy block stacking, or whether you call it prim stacking like Second Life, but the fact that I can go and get a huge amount of assets and what we call customize. It should be easy for me to grab something and put it somewhere in the editor. And now I've made it mine, and I can publish it and share that experience with whomever I want without necessarily being a bricklayer. So we have to figure out, and we're nowhere close to, I think, being appealing to that customizer of type creator as opposed to an original content creator. Right now, even MD and Maya and Blender, all of these tools you can use to create all this content we're looking at in here, they're too sophisticated for me. And so someday I will be able to create an experience by just drag and drop, if you will. And then and that will create an experience that still really feels like something worthwhile that I can call mine. Ultimately, too, I should be able to go in the marketplace and buy a complete experience. Like you can put, this whole experience on the marketplace, and I can buy the whole thing. And then I can start to customize and say, wait a minute, I'd like to move that car or whatever, and sort of transform it into something that is more like mine, which is kind of how things work in physical space.
Yeah, I mean, what you're saying, I mean, you are those are completely valid points, and that's what you had communicated so well in previous interviews as well. You are also, I mean, the way you describe yourself as a potential customer or potential like stand-in for a huge number of people, I completely agree with you. And I actually would add that for someone like me who really kind of also enjoys the kind of like I don't know, handmade chaos, the world where we're going towards with, let's say, tilt brush and medium and all these things, there is a way to kind of real-time sculpt stuff and then also put in your experience. Case in point, this cat sculpture here. I mean, I don't want to. This is not homemade. This is made by Silas Merlin, who is an accomplished real-life sculptor. But with Microsoft Paint 3D, you can basically paint 3D objects and import it. It's not a super smooth pipeline yet, but I always talk with people who are sort of the naysayers. I always tell them we are at a big paradigm shift where sort of the prim building from before is now basically moving into, if you will, real-time sculpting with VR tools or other 3D tools. So even Blender, that type of typing in tons of numbers in order to come up with something artistic, is probably going to be obsolete too in a little while. So the whole thing is going to be just more organic, is what I'm saying, I guess, if you really want to go creating.
Yeah, VR allows for kind of a direct manipulation in 3D space in an interesting way that has been very difficult. I mean, sculpting in 2D space, sculpting 3D content in 2D space is kind of a weird thing.
Exactly.
Some people get really good at it, but it's not kind of.
It's very not normal. It's not normal.
Humans don't live in 2D space. They live in 3D space, and so be able to act on things in 3D actually makes sense. And as hardware, so that we can actually interact with content and in a more direct way, absolutely. Being able to assemble things or construct things or paint things, absolutely. And so there will be a ton of these tools. And what's great about this whole VR wave is that the amount of investment in 3D content creation tools, whether it's Medium, Blender, Tilt Brush, MS 3D Paint, etc., that whole explosion, because that was kind of an industry that was kind of somewhat high-end, for a long time, and it's now getting sort of more common for more people. And so then you need platforms where that content can be expressed. So Sansar is one of those where you can bring in that content and express it and share it and socialize around it. Already in Sansar, our studio, which is only like 10 people, I think, total or less, they work with external parties because they can't necessarily build all the assets. So they might outsource some asset creation to someone in wherever in the world. They found that the easiest way to actually do it, in the old days, they would then send us files, and someone on our side would open those files.
Let me guess, you go into Sansar and you look in it.
Now they go into Sansar, just upload it to Sansar, and then stand around and just put that object on the ground, and then we can just stand around and critique it and talk about it. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I messed with the frame rate grabbing that thing. And sort of have a conversation about, is it too tall, is it too small, could it be this color, this texture, this whatever. And some of the people that are doing that with us are like, oh my God, can I use Sansar to do that with other customers I have? We're like, of course. Mm-hmm. So being able to collaborate around content in 3D space is, I think Sansar is a great tool for.
Awesome.
Brenda got Mojo's in here, looking like
you bet.
He wants to cause trouble.
No, he already threw a rock at my face earlier.
Actually, it makes me think of the TV series, but I couldn't get into
my nod to Anonymous right now.
Yeah, I couldn't get into the last season. What's the TV series called? Never mind.
Okay, guys, I'm not going to throw you out. 114 Harvest is a friendly space. But I'm going to go into my basement because I need some quiet time. Me and Hans-Jürgen Gürken, my new... I think what Ebbe outlined here is, of course, the future belongs to VR, but I still maintain that the killer app is doing little children's puppet shows. On that note, I'm gonna cut the stream. Oh my God, what the frames are?
Yeah, we have a frame rate issue.
Ugh, it's Medhu on the car.
That's 1, 2, 3.
I'm gonna go disappear into the real world too.
10, 11, 12.
Strawberry, have a good weekend, everybody. Thanks for coming. Have a great weekend.
Cheers, everybody.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Have a good one.
Bye. Whoa, we ended on crazy audio.
I'm seeing everybody wave. It's so cute.
Whoa! What's that audio?
Demon!
Wow.
Ouch.
Oh.
I'm dead.
I'm dead.
Wait, traditionally I have to navigate into the basement and end the stream there. Can I still navigate? Am I too drunk just by proxy looking at Cerberus drinking? Just by looking at Cerberus drinking, I got drunk myself. Okay.
Oh my. Back to 2077 guys?
Close those mics!
Oh wow. Let's all go help me get clothes with the...
Who is speaking?
That's all I'll need. I could get it. I could probably get barrels.
We're the rise. Thanks for watching. This was a long show. It was good. It was fun. See you all next week. And don't forget to pick up an Atlas Hopping shirt. Atlas Hopping shirt. Atlas Hopping shirt from
Sorry, my mic is on.
From the store. Bye. Hans-Jürgen, do you want to say anything? Ja! Ich will jetzt ins Bett gehen.